The leaves are changing, the temperature is dropping, and every game is becoming more and more important as we head into the NSCA Game of the Week. Hi, everybody. I am Steve Bell, joined by Keith Tabatsik, and you look at these two teams really goal scoring. They're opposite ends of the spectrum. Tulsa comes in. They've scored 9 goals in their last 3 games. UConn, on the other hand, only 1 goal.
Yeah, and actually, you expect Tulsa to be scoring goals, but you certainly expect UConn to be. And them in a goal drought right now is really something. And I know it's not anything they're used to. They're not used to being at a losing record any time in the season, certainly not in the midway point. This is a huge game for UConn, actually, to get on track if they're looking at postseason hopes.
A lot of youth coaches talk to their players early on. They say size is not everything. As you're talking about the key players to look for, you picked 2 of the smallest guys on both their teams, both at 5'6", but they're big players.
Well, they are. I thought you were talking about me, Steve, but we'll go to the players, actually. But, yeah, on UConn, you got Adria Basso Marco from Spain. This kid can play. Just watch his left foot, watch his passing abilities. He actually doesn't have an assist on the year, and I think that's one of the issues, too. 2 goals for him, but this guy can really set people up all over the field, take the ball in tight spots, and I love watching this guy play since he's been here for UConn, and Basso, one of the best midfielders in the country.
Then you look at the other side, Tulsa, another 5'6" player. Ray Sorry, but he's the leading scorer for their team.
Yeah, Ray Sorry, I tell you what, this guy is powerful, off the dribble, passing, drawing defenders, and taking the shot. This guy can do it all. 4 goals in the last few games. He is hot for a team that's scoring a lot of goals. That could cause a lot of problems for UConn.
A lot of talent on both sides, on both rosters, but those are 2 key players to watch. We caught up with both coaches moments ago and got their thoughts on the game tonight.
Hey, we got to do a good job defending and keep the ball. Last 4 or 5 games, we played quite well. We got to continue to build on that on both sides of the ball.
I think they're a team that likes, to possess the ball and get into a rhythm, so we need to stop them from getting into a rhythm. So I think in transition, we're going to have to press quickly. And then we got to eliminate the ball in behind. They got some pace up top, and so I think if we can eliminate the ball in behind, that'll be good. And then in terms of hurting them, I think we need to utilize our width and hurt them out wide and possess the ball for long periods. Both of us want to possess it, and so hopefully tonight it'll be us who's the one who gets the majority of it.
Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. Find out more at www.continentaltire.com. What an atmosphere here at Joe Moroni Stadium. And they always in the top 3 in terms of attendance, and another great crowd. It's getting a little cool here, lower 50s, upper 40s. But it's getting close to those games that start to matter the most in a big game here in the conference as we look at the starting lineup for the home side for UConn. What do you see here, Keith?
Yeah, UConn in the 3-5-2, and UConn, they're trying to find ways to score goals. The guy who did it all last year, number 10, Kyle Laren up top, he's going to need to get on the end of those balls. That Basso, number 11, can get him. Vanacore Decker, a great player as well. They need to start clicking. It looks like the defense is clicking. A new goalkeeper in there with Scott Levine in the last couple games, 2 shutouts in a row.
And then on the other side, you've got a Tulsa team that comes in 9 goals in their last 3 games. They are scoring a record of 6-4-1.
Yeah, they're hot right now. They play it. It's almost a 5-back system there with 5 backs and a couple guys in front, and then the lone striker up top with Austin Neal, who's got 3 goals, 2 assists on the season. Watch number 25. Sorry, we highlighted him. 4 goals, and he's hot with a hot team.
We are moments away from the NSCA Men's Game of the Week, as Tulsa takes the first half kick. They are going right to left here wearing the royal blue tops. Old gold shorts. And then the blue socks as well. And UConn in there all white.
I tell you, it does look Tulsa a little old school. They're almost like basketball shorts combined with old school jerseys for Tulsa. And you saw that Tony Rocha going up there for the cross. And Rocha's that quote left back, left midfielder. I say they kind of play with they call it a 3-4-2-1, but it's really 5 backs there, and very tough to break down. But somehow they're scoring goals coming out of that too.
Well, UConn on the other side, a very young team. Freshmen and sophomores have combined for 28 of their 37 points on the season.
Yeah, they're young. They got some good young players there. But there's something not clicking for them. I mean, Steve, it's very seldom. I mean, it's never that you're at this stage of the season and UConn's with a losing record. I can't remember that ever being the case. Maybe it might have been Ray Reese' first year, at least in conference in the Big East. They actually started off 0-5 in conference and then went on a run to get into the conference tournament. But this is different, this far into the season, and the goals aren't coming. It looks like they solidified the defense, and it's the same players out there. Haven't made too many changes other than the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you have to go back to 1995 for their last losing season. That was the year they went 7-11. This Connecticut team, you look at the 3-time national champs, and you're used to double-digit wins with them, and there's still time. They're not writing the season off by any stretch, but a big game here tonight for them.
Well, it is a big game because these two sit right next to each other in the American Athletic Conference, and all 8 teams get into the conference tournament. The higher seed hosts in that first round, but the conference championships this year are here at UConn, so they certainly want to be in them and be in that Final Four for the AAC, and automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. Doesn't matter what the rest of your record is if you get that automatic bid.
Kai Dowd with a nice touch there for Tulsa as they swing it to the near side to Tony Rocha. Plays it inside to Ray Sari. Key player to watch tonight. 5 goals, 1 assist. He leads the team with 11 points. Get it inside the 18 on an early cross here, and this one will be misplayed in the back line. A little confusion back there, and it looks like it will go out for the first corner of the game, as Nerwinski tried to clear that out and just mishit it.
Yeah, he completely mishit that. And I mean, he's a predominantly right-footed player, and it's coming in on the inside to his left, but that's not that difficult. And give away the corner kick right from the beginning. And got some big players in there for Tulsa as well as targets. Starker, number 7, Bourgeois, number 22 up there, Austin Neal, the forward, number 8.
Nice low driving, unmarked right in front, and this one does not miss by much. Again, looks like a little confusion there as Dowd had the early look there, came inside and had the one touch on the short corner.
But I'll tell you what, didn't miss by much either. The ball came in. They had all those big players in there, and of course UConn packed in the 18, and the players open out deep. And here's another thing that's a bit unusual with UConn is over the years they're a team that will play the ball out from the back almost all the time. And here they are the first couple times getting it up quickly and trying to play the ball in the air. Of course, then they got to win the second ball. After that, it just doesn't have that feel of a normal UConn team.
Starker plays it all the way back to his keeper, Brandon Hannett, and that's another theme we've got here tonight as Tulsa looks to break. You look at both of these teams, Keith, and they're both really going with the keepers that have not had the majority of minutes thus far in the season, as Tulsa is connecting inside the 18 and a hard challenge, play on, says the head official Lou Labadia.
Yeah, Lou Labadia, definitely not a foul there, just a good hard tackle, and that was number 12, Cameron Drackett for Tulsa, trying to get on the end of that ball. But yeah, you're talking about the goalkeepers. It's both Brandon Hannett for Tulsa and Scott Levine for UConn, just playing 2 or 3 games apiece so far, the last ones. But both teams, after making those changes, have kind of turned things around.
Good direct ball up top to Austin Neal, who has a nice touch, and Tulsa with some more room on this near side as Rocha cuts inside and looks for help. Finds it in overlapping D on the near side, and then D switches the point attack again. Good composure now by Tulsa, moving the ball around. Back to Jeffrey D with 1 assist on the season. Finds Rocha. Rocha inside, likes it on his left. Completes the switch as Connecticut is backing in. Good possession now for Tulsa. Patience getting it wide again. Rocha this time with a 1-touch. And Connecticut wins possession.
The one thing you said, though, Steve, is a tremendous patience by Tulsa. They're moving the ball around. And quite honestly, that's what UConn usually does against you.
Laren with a nice touch, takes it down. Going to go 1-on-2, finds a through ball, and Tulsa did well to get back as Laren turned 2 defenders and was off to the races.
Yeah, and Laren is a powerful player. I mean, this guy scored a lot of goals last year, 14 goals, 6 in the nation last year, and he was the AAC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, last year.
Ray Sari finding some room inside the middle of the field as well, as Tulsa's definitely had the better opportunities. You look, UConn going direct, that 1-on-3. They're trying to find Laren over the top. The big target, he's 6'2", 190, the sophomore, who leads UConn with 4 goals and 2 assists on the season, but you don't like that matchup every time.
No, you don't. In fact, but if you're going to play that ball over top, you obviously have to overhit it for one. You can't underhit that ball for the defenders to step in, but you also can't hit it down the center of the park there. It's just even if it gets over, you get to brings the goalkeeper into play as well. So, Laren's got to do a little more off the ball to get open, and that ball needs to hit some seams.
The Golden Hurricanes storm into Storrs, Connecticut here, riding a 3-game winning streak and a couple big wins. You look at some of the wins they've had this season, Keith, and some ranked opponents that they've been able to match up very well and get some wins. UVA, 1-0 win there. Creighton, a 1-1 tie, and then South Florida, that 4-3 win.
And that 4-3 win was just on Wednesday night, and it was a ton of energy, by the way. And there are a few different players in the starting lineup for Tulsa right now, partly because of the amount of energy they spent Wednesday at South Florida.
Jacob Nerwinski's got some room trying to beat his man, and he will draw the foul. First foul of the game on Tulsa, and will be a nice set-piece opportunity for the Huskies. Look at Bradley Bourgeois. Started every game of his career here for Tulsa.
So if we have a look, we'll see what UConn does here. Certainly a fair bit of space just around the penalty spot there to the near post. Just 3 players up there in the 18 to challenge for that for UConn right now.
Ethan Vanacore Decker over the ball. Puts this one in a dangerous spot, though. Flag is up. Offside call, first of the game, as the ball goes to Brandon Hanna. You talk about that size, too, for UConn. The keeper right there, you're looking at 5'9", 160, the sophomore from Freehold, New Jersey, making only his 4th start of the season. He's just played 270 minutes, but he's got a 3-0 record with 8 saves.
Yeah, and I think a generous 5'9" at that, too. If he's 5'9", I'm 5'9", okay? But yeah, he's just he organizes the team so well, and I think that's one of the things in the change that Tom McIntosh, coach for Tulsa, really likes about him is that he gets the guys in the right place. He's a good shot stopper despite being undersized. He does very well getting the players to do that work for the balls that go in the air.
Whistled for a handball here, I think, before it went out of play. They said that Kyle Laren hit it with the arm. Either way, they're going to take the throw-in, same possession. He says, nope, we're actually going to do it what I said. We're going to go back, and I called the handball. We're going to replay that.
Believe me, let me tell you something. You always do what Lou Labadia says, okay? Lou coached many of my games, okay, and I respect him as a referee, but, boy, you do not win an argument with him, or you never get the last word in.
Stuck to his guns there and called the handball, even though it had possession. Let's see how it works for Tulsa in the 18. The double team. Good, nice turnaround by Austin Neal. Big boy there, but had some nice spin move to get free. And again, the direct ball for UConn looking the other way. Burst of speed from Laren, trying to turn the corner, and he will run out of real estate. Does he win the corner? It's going to be a delayed call, it looks like.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, I'm not sure about that. He really allowed him to keep going, and he almost turned the corner. But you have to look at this again. Let's see what Lou Labadia did see there. Right now, there's really nothing there, and I don't think that's a foul either, actually.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was just about out of play, and in any event, they're going to go with the free kick. So UConn with a great opportunity here. 10 minutes into the first half. Just outside the 18, and this one left foot and right in the back post there. A nice effort by Hannett. Again, not the tallest player, but read that one well and knocked it out as it went off a UConn player for the goal kick.
Yeah, he actually did well. His timing on that was very good. And again, another thing that Coach McIntosh said about him is that while he is undersized, he does have very good timing and a good leap as well. And followed that ball right in, did what you're supposed to do, kept it going the same direction as you were going with it, and gets it out for a goal kick.
We talked a little bit about Tulsa's goal scoring ability for UConn. It's been a little bit of a role reversal. After allowing 13 goals in their first 7 matches, their defense has come together a little bit better with 2 clean sheets for the first time this season. And now they're trying to find ways to score and put the whole package together. This one, back post, players there for UConn brought down. Looked like it could have been a penalty in the area. Play on, no foul. Flag stays down. UConn still with it. A big save by Hannett as UConn continues to plead their case.
Yeah, but that was the right call because actually Besso played that ball. He couldn't get to it already, and anyways, and he had actually played it to who he wanted to. So, there was nothing there. I mean, it was if he had kept on the ball, it probably would have been a foul. But then he did a smart thing, not getting that ball afterwards. He would have been offside. Once again, sorry, good save by Hannett. Sorry, Steve.
Claiming why he was on the ground in the first place, close to a PK that is a hard challenge there, and he said play on. And this one will go out of play. So both sides with what could have been maybe a foul in the area with two hard challenges, and both go.
But all even out on that one, and we see the ball. This is right after Besso's down here, and he clearly was not hurt at all. He's looking to see what the referee's doing. And Besso is out of the Valencia Academy in Spain. And you will see that style in his play. I'm not talking about him rolling around after he was down, although you could if you wanted to.
Austin Neal, another good one-touch, perfect switch by Tulsa going the other way on a counter. And this one is saved as they've got 7 in the attack, and this one last touch by Tulsa.
Well, you mentioned all the people they have in the attack. As we said, it's almost a 5-back system defensively, but what we're noticing early on is as they go into the attack, it's almost 5 up top. It just flops because those wide, you call them wide defenders or wide midfielders, are going up and down the entire side on both ends.
You look at the 2 targets in this game as well. I'd say right now Austin Neal's having the better of it with Tulsa holding the ball, connecting with the midfield as Laren's still trying to win possession and get the midfield involved. Here comes Adrian Marco Besso in the area. Long cross backside. Laren is there, and no real harm or danger towards Hannett.
No, and really where the danger would have come is if like Ethan Vanacore Decker, after he had played it wide, had gone into the box, and he could have gone on the end of the layoff by Laren. But Laren heads that ball kind of across the middle, back to the back post. It was hard to tell what he was trying to do. He certainly saw no help there. And he needed somebody right in the middle of the goal, and Vanacore Decker was really the one to do that. And it's funny, Steve, when things are clicking, someone's always there. But right now it's not happening in the attack for UConn.
Starts to be a confidence as well. You look at that game against Cincinnati, a game where they outshot Cincinnati by a number of 17-5, but yet couldn't find that one to get the goal winner.
No, absolutely. Of course, earlier in the year they were losing those games. When they were getting the better of them, they were still losing. So again, with the shutout at least, and could be an important point in conference play as well.
Nowinski with some room forward, cuts it inside. 2 defenders on him. The cutback. Besso Marco on the left. Good driven ball right in front. That one a much more dangerous ball with players in the area. Out for another UConn corner kick.
Yeah, it was an excellent ball by Besso there, and a good defending by Duncan there for Tulsa. Now have another look. Besso just peels away, gets the defender to follow his back, and cleared out of there by Quentin Duncan. So we'll call him the right center back for Tulsa in the way they play.
15 minutes in, dangerous corner right in front, and they will whistle a foul on UConn as Brandon Hannett went to the ground.
And look at that size difference there. That's something. And they're obviously going to be, already are, and they're going to be challenging Hannett in the air the entire game. You can see that's part of the strategy. Have another look at this. But you can see Laren going in on top, and the elbow comes down on Laren. And, really in terms of the size, that's where the elbow naturally would be there.
Right, yeah. Keepers are going to win that challenge every time. Good service. Laren posting up in there. Laren with 18 career goals here at UConn. And there's a bad giveaway. As Tulsa started out with some nice crisp passing, moving the ball around, but UConn has responded, and there's the control by Neal. Kwame Awua.
Awua played, pretty much left back last year, and his first year playing in that defensive center midfield. UConn plays 2 players there, and it's Kwame Awua and Sheck Stefan Coley that both play there. Both first time for both of them in there. Now, this part into the season, they're building a good partnership there, but it was one of the challenges that Coach Ray Reed had with those 2 there in the beginning of the year, and maybe one of the, adds to one of the reasons they were letting in so many goals. Just kind of new players getting used to where they are in the field.
Rocha, who's been quiet for the last couple minutes, finds possession. And now some room out of the back from Starker. Starker with the direct ball. Flag is down and well read that time by Scott Levine.
Yeah, Scott Levine timed that perfectly because that ball was almost just on. Again, a little bit too much down the center, as we talked about earlier. Those balls that go down the center give the goalkeeper the opportunity to get to it a little bit off post, and then maybe Cameron Drackett would get there. He's 2 goals and 2 assists on the year for the sophomore from Texas for Tulsa.
A lot of Texas players on this Tulsa Golden Hurricane team, as this one is kept in play, and a great touch by UConn coming down into the 18, right across, and again no one there, as a beautiful run by Nerwinski from that right back position, laying it to the backside, and the run was not made.
Yeah, no, it was a great run there, and a good layoff by Besso as well to Nerwinski going forward, and he will do that all day. He loves getting up and down the right side. Played a really good ball across there. Only Laren was close, and closing in on that left side. Tyler Lehman could not get into there in time. He would have had an easy tap in if he could.
And Nerwinski right in front of Ray Reed on the UConn bench, and Reed telling him to take him on. He's got that space and go. Reed in his 18th season, just 3 wins away from 400 wins.
That's quite amazing. A combination of his time here at UConn, of course, his tremendous time at Southern Connecticut, where they won just a few national titles there as well, and coming here and doing one in 2000 as well.
Ray Reed ranks 2nd in winning percentage at .762 among active Division I coaches. Not too shabby. On the other side of the field is Tom McIntosh in his 20th season as head coach for the Golden Hurricane. They're only 4th coach in the 34-year history.
And you talk about 2 coaches whose teams consistently are competing at the highest level, competing in the top 20. This is probably the first time you could ever have a game in years between the 2 where neither one of them is in the top 25. And yet